What's going on? 49er Faithful is your boy Chili Will. And guess what? Back from Atlanta. And it's great to be back home. Man, it's been a long weekend. I'm still trying to catch up on my Pacific time. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, man, lots to talk about. Man, 49ers had a long weekend, back to back. North Carolina, then to Atlanta. And then we come back 1-1. Should have been 2-0, but we came back 1-1. Not what I wanted to happen. Knowing that we have Kansas City coming up next Sunday. Man, guys, it was rough, man. You know, what's probably crazy about it is the fact that, man, Atlanta, the 49er faithful will turn it out. I mean, we have parties like all weekend long. It was a real fun, good time. Me and Nina Globe kicked it, got to see some family, it was just a great trip, but it was long. You know what I'm saying? It was long. I'm going to take these phones off real quick. But, man, hey, faithful turned out once again. We made the news in North Carolina. Wouldn't be surprised we made the news in Atlanta. I didn't hear anything, but, hey, the red was out strong. The faithful, man, just out in full force. And like I said, it would have been so great to just come away with that victory, guys. I'm telling you, it was just, it was a rough one. It was a rough one. But, I want to do a quick shout out to a couple of Niner folks out there. I want to give a shout out to the Spartans, the Niner Empire from Tennessee that helped put on a wonderful weekend of events. They had the Friday party, and hold on a minute. Sorry for a second. They had the Friday party going on, and then, of course, Saturday we had the 49 Invasion at the Hard Rock Cafe, downtown Atlanta. So that was fun. It was fun to be out with the faithful, and, man, we had a blast, man. It was a good, awesome turnout, and I think, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of great Niner events that were happening. It was a great turnout. The 49ers showed up proud. Guys did your thing, man. It was so awesome. It was just awesome weekend. Awesome weekend. But but shout out, to the Spartans, man, that had put a lot of these events together. It was like party day and night from Friday all the way Saturday till the tailgate on Sunday. And, let me tell you, that takes a lot of hard work that, some of these chapters that put a lot of these events together. Salute you guys, because to put these things together and, get in alignment with these clubs or who's ever hosting the place, you want to be able to, make sure you have all those things, all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, and at the events and places that we end up, having the gatherings at and stuff, So I just salute these guys for putting these things together, and they just did an awesome job. We had the Mississippi Niner Empire that was in the building. We had the 954. South Florida was in the building. The 210 Niner Empire was out there. 512 San Marcos, Texas. These guys out representing 434 Virginia. Niner Empire was out there. I mean, faithful from all over. You know what I'm saying, guys? Faithful from all over, man. It's great. Hey, we even had 49ers from Germany that were out there, okay? From Germany, all the way from Germany. So that just goes to show you the love and just a great fan base that we have all over the world, and that's why we are the Niner Empire, because we represent from all over, all the continents around the world, all the states, the United States, all the area codes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody shows up, as always. Showing their love for the Niners. Also a shout out. We had great performances out there. We had some rap artists that came out there. We had Eye of the Niner. Did a great job. He was out singing his songs. Doing a great job. We had, of course, Travis King. You know him for his Niner anthem, Niner Faithful. And, of course, Dave Cannell, he was out there. All these guys, man, again, salute you guys. We appreciate, you sharing your great music, with the 49 and Faithful and Niner Empire. You guys turned it out. It was really great, really fun. But let's get down to business, guys. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this this Atlanta game. Tell me, guys, what you feel. We got the comments going. If you want to hit me up in comments, go ahead. Oh, Monica checked in. What's up, Monica? Hello. She says hello, 49 Street Squad. But yeah, let's get into the Atlanta game. It was just crazy. First of all, I gotta say, let me tell you this. Atlanta Falcons, I think, have just probably next to Dallas, LA, the beautiful stadium. The Mercedes-Benz Center was just a big, beautiful stadium. I mean, this thing was huge. And, if you see it on TV, you see how big that sucker is, man. It's big. I mean, it's really, really huge inside there. I tell you, it gives Dallas a little run for their money. If they had that big screen in the middle, which they could have easily done, but they had one of those kind of circular screens on the inside, like Los Angeles, they get that kind of circular inside screen up above, Well, man, Atlanta, I was pretty impressed, man, and I'm saying to myself, why can't the Niners have a nice stadium like this? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this thing was humongous. I mean, it was big. It was like a big shell, like a big Easter shell or something. I don't know. It was crazy, but it was huge. I mean, this thing was was a big mega complex, So I got, me and Niner Glow, we were very impressed, with that stadium. And man, they even had the on the top. It obviously has the hatch that can open up if they want to open and close it. So they had the hatch open, so had a little sunlight coming through there. Trying to blind the Niners side of the field. But it didn't work because the way the sun was, it didn't really affect the Niners. It wasn't like the sun was in their faces on the sideline, but of course the chairs behind them were in the sunlight, so that that would have been a little tough, maybe sitting out. Because it was pretty hot. I think it was about a good 75, maybe 80 degrees, maybe a good 80 degrees out there. So, I said Niner Gold checked in. It was one of the nicest stadiums, and you're right, it was. It was beautiful. Took a lot of pictures. Took a lot of pictures while we were there, and it was great. And of course, we had good seats sitting around. Mostly a lot of Falcon fans were sitting around us. We had a few Niner fans that were sitting by us, but man, Atlanta fans were, they were in the building. They were cheering for their team, so good for them, But wow, kind of came out a little crazy, guys. We actually got the coin toss, so of course we deferred like we normally do. So the Niners kicked off to Atlanta, and defense did a good job shutting them down. The first few series there, and the first series, and then we get the ball, and so I think we got barely a couple plays into it before Wilson ends up fumbling the ball, and then Falcons pick it up. I think they scored the I don't know. I can't remember if they ran it back, almost scored the touchdown. I think it was under review. I think they did end up getting it. I personally feel the guy was out, because I looked at that play, and our guy Jimmy G, he chased homeboy down, and I forgot what player it was that picked up the ball, but he chased him down. Looked like he had stepped out of bounds. That one foot looked like it was out of bounds to me from where I was sitting, and I thought for sure it was coming back, but it was a touchdown, so Atlanta got a quick one on us due to our darn turnovers. And I always say everybody all the time, the Niners don't have too many penalties, and most of all, no turnovers, we got a good chance to walk away with this victory. But, man, we shot ourselves in the foot again, and look what happened. So things were looking kind of rough right there. Anna Wolf checking in. Anna Red Wolf, howdy Niner family, Texas. Here, that's right, man. Texas, you guys are representing out there. You guys are representing in Atlanta. I saw you out there. Man, guys had the banners out, the flags. Man. Good showing, man. I love it. So going on with the game. So of course the Niners, we get the ball back, and we were struggling. We tried to get that running game going, and it was a little tough. Offensive line a little banged up, so we didn't have a lot of our guys. Wilson had you could tell Falcons did their homework. They had or Russell Wilson Jr. in their crosshairs, so they were ready for him. He only had he didn't have that many yards of rushing for the day. I have to bring up my stats. I should have had it available, but I didn't bring it up. But he struggled, fumbled the ball, turned it over. Led to Atlanta touchdown, and then we were kind of struggling. Like that first quarter was really rough. Was even more rough is to see our boy Talanoa, T-Dog, man, went out early because he was on special teams, and he got his bell rung. He got his bell rung on the first play, first special team play, and I think got concussion. So, but he went out, got checked in tent, came back, thought things were. I, at the time, didn't know it was a concussion, but he came back, was back out there on the field. Everything looked good, and I was like, okay, Talanoa's back, thank goodness. But now I know he is in concussion protocol right now, so we don't know. We don't know for sure. I think he'll be back for this Sunday's game, Kansas City, but I hope he will. But how it is with concussions, we got to play it close to the vest, and hopefully that. He'll be okay because when we all know and seen what happened to Tua, the quarterback from Miami. He got slammed to the ground a couple of times and came back after he got concussed. And then he took another bad hit, and it's just always dangerous to see these guys take such hard hits and where involves them getting slammed, or concussed in some kind of way. It's a rough sport, guys. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta make sure we just take the necessary injuries serious, and make sure that these doctors do the right protocols on these guys and make sure they're good to go, because we don't want to rush anybody back that's not, filling up to gameplay and stuff. And we just don't want to risk them to any more damage, Lefty Leon, what's up, my man? He says, beat us at our own game, ran it down our throats. You're right, Leon. Lefty Leon, you're right, man. That's what it felt like watching the game. I felt like I was watching ourselves, get beat with like our own style of play, because Atlanta, they ran the ball, and they ran the ball well. And our defensive tackles, because we don't have Armstead and we don't have Kinlaw in the game, so they saw the weakness and they attacked it. And you're right, they ran the ball right down our throats, and that was the big difference of this whole game. We could not stop Atlanta's run, just couldn't stop it. And I could see that it was going to be, I thought, oh, okay, it's just going to be a real, tough one. And so as the game went on, second quarter comes around, Jimmy starts finding his rhythm, and Kyle, thank God, they both kind of must have gotten together and decided to throw the ball. Because you got like 8, 9 guys in the box, it's time to throw the ball and make some plays. And so Jimmy started doing that. He started making some plays and throwing the ball downfield. And as we all know and seen, that he connected twice with Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk is on fire. Made a couple of good plays, scored on a touchdown, did a great job. Next thing you know, we're back in the game. It was 14-0, looking a little grim, but second quarter, boys came back. You could tell they just – it was like a switch came on. Boys started just going after it, man. Started hitting it, So it was good. I thought, okay, we tied up this game. At the end, should have took the lead because we did have I think we were at one time, we were close to getting down the field, maybe for a field goal. But if I remember correctly, didn't get to watch back the film tape, but based on memory, which isn't good. Going back, I think we were close to field goal range. Could have probably took a 3-point lead, but kind of messed that up. And I think we had a chance at it again. Jimmy threw downfield. He threw a bomb downfield, ended up getting intercepted, which I didn't have a problem with because he was just trying to make a play. Could have been an interference call or something. Who knows? Trying to make a play. And if he'd have completed that pass, hey, we could have gotten a field goal out of it, if it was all good. But if you ask me, that pass he threw was to Deebo Samuel, and it looked like, I don't know about you, but it looked like to me, you got a little interference call right there that wasn't blown. Interference call. I'm like, refs, come on. Deebo, man. A couple of guys on him, but again, couldn't go back and watch the tape. But when I first seen it, I kind of thought for sure it was pass interference. So I was kind of like, Oh man. So we go into the half tied 14-14. I'm going, oh, okay, well, it's all even now. Let's see what we can do. Uh second half, I thought hopefully Kyle's gonna make some changes in this offense. Hopefully he's gonna, probably pass more because the running game was stagnant, right? I mean, couldn't really do anything. So they were honest about that. Running game stagnant. And so my boy Jimmy, starts throwing the ball a little more and stuff. So I feel Jimmy did did a decent job for the most part. I mean, he completed some good passes. I was glad he was throwing. I'm glad Kyle let him throw, and he was making some plays. But we had guys that weren't catching balls that were like right there that should have been caught. So I couldn't blame it all on Jimmy. There was some passes that looked like they were thrown well enough to be caught by I think one was tight end. I want to say one of them was Warner, I think, and I think even Debo might have, I think, missed one. I'm going by memory, guys. I'm sorry, just trying to think how it all played out, but there was a lot of close, good thrown balls by Jimmy that should have been caught, and we didn't make the plays, and that's also what hurt us out there, So, hey, you can't move chains if you're not making a play, right? It's just shooting ourselves in the foot again, So, but Jimmy was trying. He was trying to make something happen, but we just couldn't get anything generated by this time. I think the defense, even though, then we ended up losing Javarius Ward on defense, and I kind of thought, oh no. Manuel Mosley's already gone now. Javarius Ward. I was like, this is what was scaring me at the beginning of the season. I did not want to see is our cornerbacks to get injured. Our two top cornerbacks to get injured, because I knew if we were to lose those guys, our defense is going to be in trouble. And then on top of that, Bosa wasn't even in the game because he had a little the groin pull from Charlotte, so he didn't play in this game. So we didn't really have the pass pressure presence. Not to say that the guys didn't do too bad of a job. Drake Jackson got out there. I think he got a sack in that game. So as a rookie, I think he's leading all defensive ends in sacks with 3 so far this season. So let's see what we got. Oh, Monica. Oh, yeah. Monica said also drop passes. Yeah, exactly. A lot of passes drop. But yeah, the defense, once we lost Wood, man, I was kind of like, oh. That was it. Red flags just went up immediately. I kind of thought, okay, obviously if this team's smart, they're going to go after who came into it. Womack, the rookie, came in and took over for Ward, and did horrible. He had a guard. I think at one time he had a guard Pitts, and he made a play on him, I think, and actually scored a touchdown. Made a big play. I know that. And I was just kind of like, this is when I kind of did the hand, the head in the hands, kind of like shaking my head like, oh no, this is not looking good. So, we were hanging tough with these guys though. I mean, for what it was worth and the injuries that we were dealing with and going through, the Niners defense was still trying their best. They still were putting the pressure on Mariota, but listen, Mariota, man, this guy, he's got some good scrambling abilities, and you know what that means for the Niners defense. Any quarterback we face that has scrambling abilities, we don't do too well against. Matter of fact, I think we've lost to every quarterback we've seen that has good running game in the pocket, right? I mean, there was Fields, beat us a lot with the run, of course. Knucklehead Russell Wilson, in the fourth quarter of that game, what he started doing, started running. He left open big pockets for him, took off. And Mariota, same thing. He saw some big gaps. He took advantage of the lanes. He took off, And so when that happens, we have these quarterbacks that can scurry and run all over the place. That's not a good sign, people. It's not good for our defense. And I knew that. So I was kind of, I knew what Mariota brought to the table. I followed this kid. He played for Oregon, quarterback, and he was drafted by Tennessee Titans. So, if you ever watched any of his old games, you know what this guy's capable of doing. And he made some pretty good passes for his team, and got got his team into it. So he, for him, he did a good job on us, But unfortunately, we just couldn't bring it. We couldn't bring the pass pressure enough. I mean, I think we did sack him a couple of times. We did get him, probably got a few pressures on him too. But he was the his running abilities, I think, really made a big difference for Atlanta and that team, on Sunday. It's hard to believe I was just there on Sunday. this is 3 days ago. It's crazy. Still trying to adjust to the time change. But guys, I guess like a few questions to ask you guys. If you want to hit me up in the comments, I'd like to hear what you got to say about it. But would you say, let's pick on Kyle. The question for Kyle would be, do you feel that Kyle was prepared for Atlanta? Do you think he came in this game prepared well? Knowing what he was up against? Because like I said, he had a lot of players that weren't playing, did he figure out, because the running game wasn't going so well that he had to shift and say, okay, Jimmy, I need you to throw the ball. Like, did he have those plays planned? I mean, it just seemed like sometimes, I don't know. With Kyle, it just seems like you just never know what you're going to get with this guy sometimes. And I do question a lot of his play calling because, it's always kind of suspect. I'm sure a lot of people look at, at the games and think like, man, why did Kyle call this play for, certain situations. So, tell me in the comments, guys, how do you feel about did Kyle, you think as head coach, he called a good game in this game? Personally, I don't know. I mean, I just, what it is about Kyle, man, I don't know. I just don't think Kyle Shanahan. I mean, sometimes he has his moments where it's like on point, sometimes he can make the adjustments on point. Sometimes I don't know. I just feel like Kyle's not bringing it. I think he was, but looked at. Monica says, I think he was, but look what he had to deal with. Some of these little drop passes we could have had with touchdowns. That's true. I guess Kyle Shanahan, he did the best he could, and like he said, he's not the guy out there catching balls being thrown to him, it's the players. And if the players ain't making plays, then that's what's going to happen. It's just as simple as that, Do you feel if Bosa played in this game, do you think the Niners defense would have played better against the Falcons? I think if Bosa would have played, I think there definitely would have been a lot more pressure on the quarterback, and maybe we might have forced him into doing things that he got away with doing. But we had Bosa in the game. I think would have made a difference. But I was fine with him not playing because obviously Kansas City coming up, and we want this guy to be as healthy as possible coming to Kansas City game coming this Sunday. Here's one. Now, this is the top news that a lot of people are talking about, guys. Let me shift this a little bit. How do you guys feel about the 49ers getting their hands on CMC? And I'm talking about Christian McCaffrey from the Carolina Panthers. Do you feel that would be a good pickup for the Niners for our running game? Because mind you, right now they're looking like we only have Jeff Wilson running back there, of course Debo. But, it seemed like he didn't even use it. Well, he had a couple of runs, I guess, a couple of plays I remember. But Wilson's been our guy, But can you imagine having Christian McCaffrey come in? What do you think, guys? Let me hear from you, man. Talk to me. Let me know. What do you think about that? Honestly, I'd be happy to have him right now because Mitchell is out. And he's still going to be out a few more weeks, Elijah Mitchell. So we don't know when he's coming back. And I think to pick up Christian McCaffrey would be a game changer for the Niners, especially on offense in the running game right now, because we just don't have anybody. I don't know what's up with the new kid, Mason. I haven't seen, we saw him I think I saw him once or twice on one play. He did run the ball once. but didn't do nothing too exciting, but I don't know what's going on with that. Why Kyle doesn't have him in more. Maybe he's not ready. Maybe he doesn't know the plays yet. But man, you bring in Christian McCaffrey, man. Now this guy, man, is a stud. And you guys saw the Carolina game. You saw that one run he scored on that touchdown on us. I mean, he bobbed and weaved right into the end zone. Man, he would be a good pickup. However, I just don't know what it's going to cost to get a McCaffrey on this team, and I don't know what's going to cost as far as who they're going to give up for him. So that's another story. But would you guys like to have Christian McCaffrey on this team, man? Talk to me. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you think. Monica says, sure, we should get him. We could use him. I agree with you, Monica. We could use him. Definitely. Definitely. But let's see what happens. That we're going to have to stay tuned for. Who knows within a week or two? I just know the Panthers are trying to deal. They're trying to wheel a deal. I know they have the Niners interested in them. I think the Buffalo Bills been showing some interest. Even I think even the Rams been showing some interest. So yeah, it would be nice to have him on the team. Definitely would be nice to have him back on the team. Let's see here. So I want to say, now that because our defense right now is hurting so bad, I feel that Kyle and Jimmy, they got to figure this out. We have to lay a little more on the offense side of the ball. They're gonna have to, we're gonna have to rely more on on Jimmy G in the offense to really come through for us, because whereas before the defense was really saving our offense in a lot of games, well, because of the injuries, it's now we got to depend more on the offense to try to do more and score a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, defense is just a little bruised up right now, and we don't have a lot of our starters, so it's going to be really rough. I think we were like up there. We ranked first and second pretty much in every category for the defense, which was really good. But now, we're going to have to rely more guys on the offense, whether it be the running, the passing is going to have to open up, playing against Kansas City coming up. We definitely would like to see that running game come alive, come better, because I don't feel Kansas City's defense is really great against stopping the run. However, it really depends how well. I don't know. It's going to be a big challenge for our offensive line, blocking that Kansas City defense, because they have a good. Excuse me. Excuse me. They have a good defense, and it's going to be pretty challenging for the Niners offense to block these guys. But I know they got some key injuries too on their defense. They lost one of their defensive end. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's out. He makes a lot of plays for the team. But we're going to have Patrick Mahomes coming into town, and I can't help but feel this is going to be a real tough one for the Niners. But the good news is that we should have some of our players coming back. Again, Bosa, I do believe he is expected to play. They're now saying Jimmy Ward, a good chance he could make it back, play for this game in Kansas City. We could use him. However, he's got the broken hand, but they're saying, they're going to put a cast on his hand. Hopefully he'll be ready to play. So I guess he's day-to-day right now. McClinchy, it'd be great to have him back. He had the banged up calf on his leg. I guess got kicked in the calf or something, but he's day-to-day, showing signs of progress. So Kyle saying that he should be back, and I want to say should be. It's a good chance he'll be back for the game on Sunday. And most of all, our guy, Trent Williams. There you go. Looking pretty positive that he'll make it back for Kansas City game coming up this Sunday. So that's definitely good news for the offense. That's for sure, just in time. Because like I said, we need them guys. Big Trent, he's our left tackle. We want to make them runs to the left, boy. He's clearing out that whole side with his big old self. So it'd be great to have Trent Williams back in action. Let's see here. Status on other players. Hafunga, of course, like I said, he's in concussion protocol right now, so would love to have him back for the Kansas City game, but however, we don't know. We don't know yet, so he's got to pass all the concussion protocols before he's allowed to play again. So let's hope we can get Talanoa back. Let's see. Eric Armstead, he's been pretty much ruled out, so he's still out. He's I think he's dealing with like toe turf, what do they call it, turf injury, whatever, But he's having trouble pushing off on his foot, toes, whatever, and then he's still dealing with that issue. Kinlaw, they put him on IR, so he's going to be out probably another good couple or so weeks before he returns. He's still dealing with a knee issue. I know a lot of faithful getting a little impatient with that. I mean, he just had his knee cleaned out over the season. We're expecting him to come back strong this year, and now it seems like his knees are giving him some issues again. So. But let's hope that in coming weeks he'll get better and we can get Kinlaw back because, like I said, we're missing these guys, defensive tackles up in the middle. I mean, the guys we have, well, they're really not doing a great job. But, sometimes yeah, sometimes no. But Jason Verrett, he's still out with knee soreness. I think he's still on the, I don't know, well, it's actually past 4 weeks, but he's still on the injury roster, so he's still being held out because he's still experiencing knee soreness. So no signs of Jason Redwood. We definitely can use him back 110% right now. I'll tell you that. Let's see. Charlie Warner, he's day to day. He's dealing with, I think he's also dealing with a knee issue, but it's looking good. He could be back for this game, which would be a plus. Fowles, a linebacker, he's got the knee injury. He should be back. I mean, there's a good chance he might play. I won't say he's going to be back. It's a good chance he might play. Rookie, my boy Drake Jackson, who played a great game in Atlanta. That did a good job, but he's dealing with a slight knee sprain. But they don't think it's that serious. That'll hold him out the game. So it'll be good to have him back. And, of course, defensive end, Bakum. I know it has something to do with his leg or whatever, but his knee or leg, but he's kind of like 50-50 right now, but they're saying there's a good chance he could return for this game come for Kansas City. And so that's pretty much, last updates I've heard as far as the injury protocol on the team. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have some of these Niner players back. And, again, especially our O-line, if we get McClinchy and Trent Williams back, that'll definitely be a plus. Okay. And Bosa. Man, Bosa back. Yes. Have Bosa back for this game. So, guys, Kansas City coming to town. What do you guys think? I'm not going to lie. On the schedule, I had a feeling this might be one the Niners might end up taking a hit on, but with injuries, who knows? Maybe these guys they'll reach deep down, be able to come and take Mahomes, punch him in the mouth. Hopefully, we get some pressure on him, force him into some plays. The Niners just have to figure out to strategically shut down Kelsey. You stop him, you have a good chance of, making Mahomes work a little bit harder on that offense, because if you could take his boy out, Kelsey's his guy. I'm just telling you right now, you don't shut down Kelsey, it's going to be a long day. So the Niners defense, they have to be ready. These guys need to be prepared. He's a big dude. Kelsey is a big guy, very athletic. I mean, he's like another Kittle. I mean, the guy makes plays. He makes plays for this team, and he's the guy that the Niners definitely need to. I'm sure. What's our defensive coach? Man, my name, D'Amico. DeMeco Ryans. Let's hope DeMeco Ryans has a good defensive plan to stop Kelsey, because you got to stop this guy, man. He's a one-man wrecking machine, I tell you, and the Niners better be ready for him. So to me, that's going to be the big difference in the game Sunday between the Niners and Kansas City. Stop Kelsey. Got to. And try not to rush. I mean, as much as you want to put pass rush on Patrick Mahomes, there was some stat that said that if you don't blitz Patrick Mahomes so much, and if everybody kind of stays back, takes away all his, throwing assignments, that percentage wise, you can get, hopefully the front four, they can get to him a lot. Well, I won't say easier, but it might be better to make plays on him, by pressuring him or make him do something that he doesn't want to do. So I'm hoping that DeMeco Ryans does not blitz him too much, because when he gets blitzed, he tends to, his feet buy him time. We all know how well he scrambles around under pressure, makes plays downfield all the time. So the object is to keep this guy in the pocket, force him into doing stuff that he, plays and stuff that he can't make, and I think the Niners are going to be ready for that, So I'm hoping they don't really blitz him too much, because that's just not the guy. That's just not the guy you want to blitz, because the same thing happened when we played Denver Broncos, right? We remember in the end against Denver, we tried to blitz on Wilson, and what did he do? He found the holes, he found gaps, he took off, and we ended up giving up long 15, 20-yard, first downs. Shot ourselves in the foot again. So I think they got to just be disciplined. The defense has to be disciplined. Try to take away all of Mahomes' targets, man, especially Kelsey. And I think we can, make it a good game if they can at least do that. Okay. So that's happening this Sunday in Kansas City 49ers. Let's get after it, guys. Now it's time for the predictions, guys. What do you think the score? I want to hear from you in the comments. If you're still watching, man, give me your predictions on the what you think the score might be. I don't know what the I don't know who's favored in this game coming up on Sunday. I'm checking right now. Let's see. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Boom. All right, Kansas City Chiefs are favored by 3, guys. Total points of 48.5. What do you think, guys? Tell me, what do you think? What's your scores, man? Let's see, Gloria's checking in. She says 24-21 Niners. I'm gonna write this down. See who's gonna come close with the score. 24-21. Good one. See anybody else, man, hit me up. See, Monica said, I'm more worried about Niners corners. Yeah, I know. But they're going to be ready. If we get Ward back, that'll be a plus, because we have Demo on the other side. So we'll have both of the guys. And Demo's been playing really well. He's not Emmanuel Mosley, but he's been holding that corner down pretty well. So we'll see how that work out. Monica says 21-17. Ooh, I like that. Good score. Okay. Wow. Anybody else get scores? Put them in the comments, man. Let me hear from you. Tell me what you think. But yeah, let me see. I'm thinking about this game. Wow. Let me see. Wow, this is tough. Man, I think it's going to be really close. It's going to be a really close game. I don't see. I'm going to say Niners. So we get some good turnovers. Okay, obviously it's going to be close. Only favored by 3, so I really expect it to be a close game. So yeah, let's go with I'm going to say, I feel it's going to be some scores. There's going to be some points up on the board here. I think I'm going to go with myself, let's see, I'm going to say man, Glory got a good one, 24-21. That's about what I would say. Oh boy, let me see. Let's see. I'm gonna pick the same score. I'm gonna say 27-24 Niners. 27-24. Hopefully the Niners will ink this out with a field goal. My boy Gold will hit a 62-yard 3-point field goal, win the game. And we'll all run out on the field. Niner Faithful will be jumping for joy. We'll be having a party. It's going to be on. It's going to be exciting. Man. See, Monica said Mooney back. There's a good chance that he is going to be back from what I heard. So, I mean, he was already posting on, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but Mooney Ward was saying, don't sell your tickets to Kansas City fans. He said you don't want to see no red and yellow in the stands. Because, Kansas City, Kansas City's been really hot last few years, and I'm sure they got a good following too. And the fans are going to be out there purchasing tickets, wanting to get in this game. So Ward said, don't sell the tickets to Kansas City fans. Don't sell them. Don't sell them. Sell them to 49er fans. We need a 49er faithful. We need a 49er faithful strong in this game. We need everybody to show up in this game for the faithful and for the Niners, man. We need to make this happen. Okay. The place needs to be so loud, so deafening that Patrick Mahomes can't even get the count off. Because, in Kansas City, when the fools yell out there, it's loud. They have like one of the loudest football arenas, in the NFL. It's very hard to play there when they're doing all their chanting and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But the 49er faithful, we have to show up. We have to show up strong, guys. We have to show up strong for our Niners. And we got to be, we have to be, I'm not going to say it, but we just have to be the next guy, cheering our team on and, just give them that inspiration, and just getting them pumped up. Because, you've heard the players talk about it all the time. Hey, the faithful, if it wasn't for the faithful, man, that's what gave us the energy to go out there and play our best, So we gotta bring it on Sunday, faithful. We have to bring it. I'm gonna be pumped and ready. I ain't scared of no damn Mahomes. Hell with Kansas City. We're gonna go out there, get our victory, and we gotta take this 4-3, And yeah, would have been nice to get that game in Atlanta. Should have won it, but should be 4-2 right now. But it is what it is. Any given Sunday, right? You never know, what's going to happen. It always seems like there's the good teams you think you're going to have trouble with, but might end up beating, and then you have teams that you go, oh, we should. I don't want to say cakewalk, but it should be a good win for us. But you just never know any given Sunday. So it's a long season. Only 6 games into it, 3-3. So we're at 500, guys. We're at 500, which is good. And we're in first place. So you can't push the panic button too soon. I know some faithful fans, I get it. I knew these first few games of the season were going to be tough. I even said it, one of the shows from early, I said, it's going to be tough for us the first, up to the bye week. We're going to have some challenge games, but you got to remember the second half of the season, most of our games will be played at home. And so far we've been good playing at home. And all the teams we're going to play against, except for, of course, Arizona, because we got to go to Mexico for that. But all the rest of them are here on the West Coast. So we play the Rams. After Kansas City, go down south. That's here on the Pacific time. So guys ain't losing. They're not getting messed up with the sleep or the time zone, right? Go down to L.A. You got Arizona. Well, that's Mexico. Sorry. Who else we have? Oh, Seattle. We got to go up to Seattle, so that's right up the coast. Then we have the Raiders near the end of the season. That's in Las Vegas. So same time zones. It's gonna the schedule is gonna favor our Niners really good after the bye week. Okay, like I said, if it wasn't for that one game in Mexico, we'd be sitting pretty. We would really, because if that game against Arizona wasn't in Mexico, we'd be going to Arizona, so we would be close by. Team wouldn't have to travel far. So all these games are going to be looking good second half of the season, and that's going to be the time when hopefully everybody heals up and we can make a run for it. And I think we'll do well. We just have to worry about, I always say, take care. Most of all, Niners take care of the division opponents. We can win those games. It doesn't matter. We could probably have a sorry record, but if we're in first place in our division, guess what? We're in the playoffs. That's all we have to do is get our foot in the door, just like we did last year. Just have to get our foot in the door to get in the playoffs, and who knows how it's going to take off from there. So let's hope we get a lot of people back. Let's hope that, a lot of guys will overcome their injuries and be ready to make that run at the end of the season. Let's hope we don't lose any more people, but I think the team will be a lot more, they'll be kind of all more on one page, ready to, go out there and play and be more just prepared for the games and stuff. So looking forward to that. So Sunday, Kansas City Chiefs, guys, at what is 125 games. So remember, faithful, don't sell those tickets to Kansas City fans. They'll be out there. But we don't want no Chief fans in our building. It ain't happening. We do not want that to happen. But again, a shout out to everybody. Atlanta was a long 2 weeks, guys. It's great to be back home. I'm still dealing with the time change, as far as catching up on my rest, I still feel myself sometimes tired and, as I'm taking naps like all day. But great to be back home. Going to be home. Most likely rest of the season till maybe Las Vegas. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows? I could might show up in LA for the LA game, because that's gonna be another big one. And stay tuned. You know what? Follow me on 49ers. My Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram at 49ers Street Squad, I post it right here at 49ers_street_squad. We'll be posting a lot of information for the next road game in LA, where it's going to be fire. I'm just telling you right now. If you guys were there last year for the regular season game and the playoff game, then you know how we do it in Levi South. So follow me on 49ers_street_squad. Make sure you hit the like button. Show some love, guys. Subscribe. Look forward to hearing from you. It's been great to have you guys on and talk some Niners. So look forward to definitely hooking up with you guys. Then we'll talk about next week's game after this victory against the Kansas City Chiefs, right? But remember what I say. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, guys. Stay faithful, strong. This is Chili Will. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys next Wednesday.